Hey guys, and welcome to episode 60 of Coffee Talk with Hazel. I do have coffee still. Surprisingly, I learned the other day not to down it before a 2-hour bus ride. So, it's not as hot as it was 2 hours ago. It's still freaking good. Super grateful that my man knows how to make stovetop coffee. So anyway, as always, thank you everybody who continues to check these out and continues to show their support. It still means a lot to me, and thank you. I actually got an email from the website that I have my website on to enter it to win like $1,000 and have it promoted and whatever. So I did that, so fingers crossed. We'll see how well that turns out. Other than that, I am kind of short on time, so I'm going to try really hard to just stay on topic. But, so lately, I've been talking to some people in regards to their relationships and, you know, shit that they're having to go through, or shit that they are going through, not having to go through, shit that they are going through with their relationships. Of course, I'm not going to name them, because that would be a violation of trust, as well as a violation of everything that I've been saying for the last 60 episodes, plus the shit I say when I'm not doing the episodes. So don't worry. No names will be revealed. Or situations even. But, it's made me more grateful to be in a relationship with the person that I'm in. You know, I'm sorry I didn't ask first, but you know. Anyways, you know, we met online a few months ago and, you know, started out as friends. And our friendship kind of just grew into something more. And then when I was going through a lot of the bad shit that I was, he was there for me when nobody else was. And you know, I'm not gonna say eventually, but in time, I did fall in love with him, and though our relationship hasn't exactly been the easiest of relationships, I mean, what relationship is, it's definitely been worth it. And the fact that he moved across country, literally, to be with me, and was only here a week before he just started taking care of stuff, you know, started watching my kids so I could come to work and, you know, make sure that everything's clean by the time I get home, you know, that my kids are taken care of. And, you know, Andrew was still in school, so he'd make sure that Andrew got to school. You know, like, I read this thing on Facebook a few days ago about, it was like 12 or 13 boyfriends who deserved gold medals for their relationship skills or whatever. Mine should be on that list because, honestly, to me, I think that it takes a real man to do that, you know? And you know, like I said, we started out as friends, and then it just kind of, you know, a few messages here and there, and then, God, what was it, 12 to 14 hours on the phone a day, and then Skyping as often as possible, you know. And then one day I was picking him up from the airport and taking him to the new apartment, and it feels like it's been longer than a month, but it's only been 1 month. And you know, there's a few people that I've been talking to in regards to their relationships for months. You know, someone who, you know, doesn't necessarily want to change the person that they're with, but keeps hoping that they're going to change their ways. And unfortunately, that other person is doing the same shit that they've been doing for years. And the person I've been talking to, you know, I'm not going to say feels helpless, but I know that they're struggling with understanding and not understanding, and I don't even understand it, you know. And this other person that I've been talking with, you know, they feel that their relationship isn't as intimate as it should be, considering, you know, how they feel about one another and the stuff they've been through and everything. And honestly, intimacy, it's not just sex, you know. Like, if you can have a deep conversation with somebody about like the randomest shit that you don't tell anybody else because you don't want to be made fun of, or you know, or think that they won't understand, but you can tell this person you're with, to me, that's a form of intimacy. But the person I've been talking with, to them, it is sex, you know. And I'm not really sure how to tell or explain to them, you know, that sometimes it's not always just about sex. I do think that sex is a very important part of any relationship. You know, it is also a form of intimacy, and it does help bring two people closer together. But you shouldn't be making it like a all day, everyday thing, you know, or for some people, not even an everyday thing. You know, and there's this other person I've been talking to that they feel that their partner is cheating on them because they've been shady with a lot of situations that have come about. And though I can understand from both point of views, one thing I will never be able to understand is how or why people would cheat or find what they're looking for somewhere else rather than just telling the person they're with. Like, you know, I told my ex-husband one time that, you know, if he would have just told me that, you know, he wanted to be with other people, bye Felicia, you didn't have to cheat on me to figure that out. You could have just told me, you know. I mean, yeah, sure, growing up, I wasn't exactly the most monogamist, you know, but by the time I had my 6th boyfriend, I'd been cheated on, that I got to the point where I was like, you know what, it don't matter. This diesel just did a whole bunch of dust. But you know, every relationship is different, and whereas I can tell 3 people the same thing, the 4th one, I don't know what to tell. All I can say is that, first of all, if it's meant to be, then it'll be. And if it's not meant to be, don't force it, because if you force it, you're not just going to break the relationship, but you're gonna break yourself and the person involved. And you know, that can end uglier than anything else. Trust me on that. I can definitely vouch for that. But got a hole in my lip. You know, it pains me to see so many people I care about going through the shit that they are and not understanding shit that should come easily to them. But at the same time, I know, and I tell them, you know, these are stepping stones. These are things that you have to learn. And it may feel like you've hit the repeat button because you're constantly having to repeat the same damn lesson. And if you're having to repeat the same damn lesson, then you didn't learn the first, second, third, fourth, 1000th time that you had to repeat the lesson. You know? And my bracelets keep getting tangled. You know, to me, there's 5 important relationship goals or tasks or whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry you just saw my thumb. People are still messaging me. You know, and even if you're single, okay, like this other person I've talked to, you know, they're upset and think that they'll never find anybody, and you know, that's not the case at all. No, this is just your time to focus on you and become a better person, so when you find that other person, you'll be ready. It's as simple as that for people who are single at the moment. So 5 important relationship goals. Number 1, communicate. You cannot have, I've said this in many videos, you can't have a relationship, any kind of relationship, without communication. So, step 1, communication. Step 2, honesty. If you don't have honesty in a relationship, then all you have is just relations with lies. And that pretty much puts you as friends with benefits. And if that's what you're into, that's all you, bro. But honesty. Number 3, trust. You have to trust the person you're with. You can't bring in your past relationships into your current relationship and constantly be afraid that they're cheating on you or that they're gonna cheat on you or anything like that. If you don't have trust, again, all you have are relations, friends with benefits. Number 4, intimacy. Whether it's those deep conversations or it's sex or making love, if that's what you call it, it's in the top 5 important things, because if you don't have that, then you or your partner may turn to others, and then you're pretty much just screwed. I would never do that, but anyways, number 5, date night. It's very important, especially if you have kids. It is very important to find that alone time with one another, whether it's when the kids go to bed or it's on the weekend, you know, and the kids go to the friends for a night, or even the whole weekend. whatever the case may be. Turn your phones off, turn everything off, and just have a date night. You know, watch some Netflix and chill, or Hulu or Vudu or whatever it is that you have or prefer. Turn off your phone. Don't look at it. You know, put it in a drawer, out of sight, out of mind, and just focus on being together. So there you have it. 5 important relationship goals that is pretty much guaranteed to make any relationship work, unless it's not meant to be together. Unless it's not meant to be. You know what I meant. With that being said, I have exactly 5 minutes before I have to be inside, and it's going to take me at least that long to walk. So, if you haven't done so already, subscribe, like this video, leave a comment if you want. As always, it's not a requirement, but I appreciate any type of support and encouragement, no matter what it is. With that being said, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.